Later tonight, 4 Republican presidential hopefuls will meet on the debate stage, and once again, former President Trump will not be joining them.
The 4th GOP primary debate features the smallest stage, and our political reporter Greg Lee joining us now with a look at what we're expecting.
Not only is the debate stage getting smaller, so is the field of candidates in this GOP primary. Since last month's debate, Tim Scott and Doug Burgum both dropped out, and the remaining candidates are trying to stand out with only 6 weeks until the Iowa caucuses. On stage tonight in Alabama, Chris Christie, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, and Vivek Ramaswamy. Much of the focus will certainly be on Nikki Haley, who has been surging in the polls and picked up some major financial backing this week, as well as Governor DeSantis, who's coming off his debate with California Governor Gavin Newsom last week. All this as he tries to reset his campaign. They are seen as the most viable alternatives at this point to Mr. Trump, though recent polls show it is not close. The former president holds a more than 40-point lead in the primary, and again will not participate in tonight's debate as his legal troubles mount, as well as the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. Political experts say tonight is just as much about what is happening off the stage as there is on it.
This is an important moment and an inflection point. And part of that is also because of Donald Trump and what's happening with his trials and different proceedings that are going on, his ever-increasing rhetoric about what he'll do if he's back in the White House. And then you have Democrats pulling their hair out. Their hair is on fire about their polling data and what's going on and how the Democratic coalition is changing. So voters are just starting to pay attention to what's going on while they have this holiday situation going on, while we have developments in the Middle East. It really is an important moment, even though it was likely to have the least viewership of the 4 debates that we've had so far.
Now, President Biden, for his part, raised some questions because at a fundraiser this week, he said, quote, "If Trump wasn't running, I'm not sure I'd be running." The president's campaign team clarifying again, saying democracy is at stake in this election. Now, leading up to this debate, we've already seen some of the candidates release some attack ads about the other people on stage, so we could see some fireworks for sure.
And some of the attacks, of course, coming from former President Trump himself, and he typically provides some counter-programming. Is he doing that tonight? Where is he?
Yeah, we've seen him do interviews, we've seen him hold rallies, but tonight sort of a more muted, if he can be muted. He's at a private closed-door PAC fundraiser in Florida where he will continue to raise money for his campaign. But again, so far, this strategy of not participating has really paid off for him as he's maintained that lead in this primary.
Yeah, he sure has a big lead. You mentioned that debate that we watched on Fox News last week. Governor Ron DeSantis and California Governor Gavin Newsom going toe-to-toe, that red state, blue state showdown that was anticipated by a lot of people. How much do you think the governor of Florida uses his performance against Governor Newsom to give him a boost in tonight's debate?
And we definitely talked about that debate, that despite how ugly it was and sort of the chaos that ensued in the yelling and back and forth, some who were in Ron DeSantis' camp and Republicans really thought he had a strong outing because he had a clear villain and a clear foil in Gavin Newsom. Maybe he uses that to reset and pushes tonight to say, look, I took on one of the leading Democrats in that party, someone that leads California, who is seen as this blue state. So perhaps he uses that to reinvigorate his campaign moving forward. 40 days to Iowa.
Okay, we'll check in with you, of course, throughout the night. Greg Lee, thanks.
Thank you.